Thank you for watching Let's Get Political. I'm, of course, your host, Alicia Reese. Today we have State Representative Ms Dee Hart with us. She'll be answering 13 questions. Thank you for taking the time.
No, thank you for taking the time to interview me. I greatly appreciate it.
Question 1. Who is your best friend at the Capitol?
One of my best friends at the Capitol is Representative Susan Valdez.
Who's your best friend from across the aisle?
I don't know if I can honestly say that I have a best friend from across the aisle, but I can say that I do have some friends from across the aisle.
What do you do when you aren't in Tallahassee and when you are in Tallahassee but not at the Capitol?
Well, when I'm at home, I'm on the ground most of the time, visiting my constituents and doing things out in my community. When I'm in Tallahassee and I'm not in the Capitol, I'm shopping probably most of the time.
What's your favorite bill that you put forth last year?
One of my favorite bills last year was Ava's Law. And the reason I choose Ava's Law is because it would have given the judges the discretion to decide if a pregnant mother could remain out to have her baby and have 12 weeks to bond with her child. So for me, that was critically important because the first 12 weeks of a child's life is so important and the mother needed to bond. So even though the bill did pass, all committees came out of the House, but our Senate companion did not work it in the Senate, so it did not become law. That was one of my favorites.
What's a bill that someone else put forth that you didn't realize you were passionate about until you read it?
For me, the bill that I was most passionate about after I read it was a certificate of completion, which is just a false sense of hope for children graduating high school where they believe that this piece of paper is the same as a diploma, and it's nothing like a diploma. So the fact that you cannot get a certificate of completion and do anything with it, it's just a piece of paper that said I went to school for 12 years, and after 12 years, this is what I have. I can't go to the military, can't get a good job. There's nothing I can do with it. So for me, that was an awesome bill.
Do you live in your district?
Absolutely, I live in my district. Even if I'm only 10 blocks in the district, after the redistricting, I was almost out of my own district. It was like insane.
You're running for re-election.
Yes, I am running for House District 63. This will be my last term. I will become a senior, and I'm looking forward to representing 183,000 constituents in my district.
Sum up your campaign in one word.
Exciting.
If you win re-election, how do you realistically see Florida in the next 2 years?
When I win re-election, I see Florida as an opportunity to make some real changes. I believe that some of the issues I've been passionate about, I'm in the criminal justice space. We're finally getting my colleagues across the aisle to understand that people who are incarcerated are people, and they are families to other people. They will be going home, and we must do something about it. But for the very first time, my fellow Republicans are now beginning to visit facilities, something they've never done. So I see Florida is coming along on the criminal justice piece as the country is coming along on criminal justice because it's critically important to us.
What's something about the Capitol that a lot of people don't know? A secret spot or a little known fact?
Well, nobody knows that in the back of the chamber, there's this nice little dining room that you can go into. If you're here late night, they prepare dinner for you, and you don't get to leave the grounds. Nobody knows that. They think we probably get to go to lunch and come back. Well, you don't. If we're here till 1 o'clock in the morning, we have a little space that we can go into to just try and get something to eat, re-nourish yourself, get water and those type of things. And then you head right back to the House floor. Not everybody goes at the same time either.
If you weren't a state representative, what would you do?
If I was not a state representative, I would be home building houses and apartments because that is what I do in addition to being a state representative. It's critically important to me for families to have roofs over their heads. And that is what I do when I'm not in Tallahassee. I run a not-for-profit. I'm an affordable housing provider to help stabilize communities and people's lives. So that's what I'd be doing.
What's a fun fact about your job that people don't know?
Oh, that all of us are probably losing our minds every single day that we're here. Oh, I know one. we don't make any money. We make $29,000 a year. And, everybody thinks we make about 100 and some thousand. So when they see it, they're like, oh, you're rolling in the big dough. 29,000 a year. Nobody really understands that.
And what does your perfect day include?
A perfect day for me is getting up early, doing my exercise, having Malik play gospel music for me until I get to the Capitol to prepare myself for what I know may be a very long day, and to be able to go into committees and make a difference. That would be a perfect day for me here at the Capitol.
Thank you so much for taking the time to answer these questions.
Thank you so much for being here with me and asking me these questions. It's critically important that we do everything we can for our constituents when we're at home. So they really need to understand what it looks like when we're here in Tallahassee. So thank you.